Now let's make this scroll smooth. We will make it with JavaScript. We will code it here and then we'll paste this in our JS file. We will grab both all the links within the page as well as the header links, like this. Var else equals to document query selector all, and we would like to target the nav.li a tags. And if we type on the console what's inside of else, we'll see that we have all the 3 links here on the header saved inside of this variable. We'll do the same, but this time we will grab all the tags inside of the whole page and we'll call them links. And inside of the links we'll have actually 5 links. Then we'll loop through all those links. So we can just type for and then var e equals 0, e less than the link's length, and then we'll increase the I counter. And then inside of this loop, let's just show what's inside of our links with the index of I. So we have all the 5 links here, and let's check if they are pointing to our page and our URL, or if they are outgoing somewhere else. For this, let's create another link in our content. For example, a link to, let's say, google.com, and we refresh our code for grabbing our links. Like this, our loop will grab even the Google link, and we don't want when we click on the such link to stay on the page. So we would like to target only the internal links within our smooth scrolling. Inside of our loop, we can check if those links are internal or external. So we'll make a little variable var link equals to the current links index. And then we will check if the link is on the same host name. This means that it's a local link and the URL is not changing. So we can just type for this check location host name. If it equals to the link's host name, only then we would like to print out the link. So if we run this code, we see that we managed to get all the links except the link to the external website. Then we will have to make some other checks on the code. We would like to target links with this sign in front of them. We can do this by using a regular expression, and I'll just paste here the regular expression and then explain it. So this expression actually looks if we have a trailing slash here and removes it, and then use a comparison to check if the links are the same between what is written here and what is in our content. The last check is whether we have this sign in front of our link. So we can do a third check, and we will type link.hash.replace, and we'll replace this sign with nothing. Okay, so the moment this condition is true, we will show our links. So we see that we are showing only the 3 links which are in the header, because we excluded all the other links which were empty links or links which point to nowhere. Okay, once we are ready with this, we would like the moment we click on those links, some of those links, if they are with a class of active, to remove this class from them, to be easier for users to navigate and see the links in bold. So for this, inside of our loop, instead of displaying the links, we'll make another loop which will loop through all those links which we have saved already in a variable els, and clear the active class from them. So let's type for var j equals to 0, j less than the eos.length, we'll increase the j. And then inside of this loop, we would like all the elements of EOS class names to be cleared of active. So we type class list, remove, and what we would like to remove from there, and it's this class active. So far, that's the code. When we run this code, we see that we removed the active class from the links, and it's good to run this code actually when we click on certain link here. So we'll add an event listener for click, and it will run this function. The moment we click on a certain link, we'll remove the class active from it. Okay, so we have this code, and when we rerun it and click on some of the links, we see that the active link is no longer contacts, but it should be in the team. So maybe it's time to add the class list of active to the team. So we edit the code, and inside of the click function, we want to target this element we clicked on. So we type this class list, this time add and active. When we run this code and click on the links here, we see that it works. All right, so we would like now, in order for our smooth scrolling to happen, to prevent the default actions from the browser. So inside of here, we would like to capture the event, and here we just type e.prevent default. And this was just a maintenance of our code, but it will ensure that our animation of the smooth scrolling will happen nicely. Then we would like to grab the link section which we are scrolling into. So we'll just type var target equals to this hash. And we would like to check if our target length exists. We are doing this check in order to see if such section here actually exists. So not to click on invalid section. And then if it exists, we'll like just to pass it to a function called scroll. So we type window.scroll, and inside of this function we'll fill in its parameters. For now it will accept 3 parameters. The element we would like to scroll for its top position, then the left position. For the left we'll grab 0 as a coordinate, and the behavior will be smooth. So in order to get the coordinates of our target element, we can use the query selector function. So we type document query selector, and inside of this function we pass our target element, and then we would like to grab its top coordinate. So it's just offset top here. Okay, so when we run the function and click somewhere on the document, we see that it starts to scroll smoothly, and we achieve this with this function. So we can grab all the code here and copy and paste into our JavaScript. Of course, not to forget the first few lines about grabbing the elements before. So we will paste those elements here also. The navigational links and all the links, because they are needed in the function. So when we save and refresh the page, we see that we have a scrolling functionality embedded into our website.